Hi there, I'm Nancy Herring from Now We're Cooking. It's Tuesday, so it's time for tips, tricks, and treats. And today the best name I could come up with was Mediterranean-ish dips. This time of year it's hot, you're tired, you don't really want to cook. So these are two recipes that I make fairly often, and then we're going to do some things with them. Hummus is one of them, and tzatziki, which I believe I'm pronouncing the right way, is the other. Tzatziki is a cucumber yogurt sauce, and that's what we're going to do first. I have two cucumbers that I have, I'm going to show you what I did. I've peeled them and I've seeded them. I'm not going to peel this one, but I want to show you when they say seed a cucumber, the easiest way that I do it, and now I can't find my little tool, is to take my tomato core and just scrape the seeds out. Because the more seeds, the more liquid, and we don't want liquid in here. So what I did was I split the cucumber lengthwise and just used this and noodled out all the seeds. Then I strained it, I pressed it. If I really was into it, I would put it in a dish towel and not spin it, but wring it as hard as I could. But because I'm here, I didn't want to get a dish towel all full of cucumber. So this may be a little runnier, but that's all right. It's been draining for 10, 15 minutes. A lot of green cucumber juice is running around. 2 cups of plain Greek yogurt. So that's what this is. It's a fresh tasting sauce. And I want some garlic. I went ahead, even though I have a garlic press that you don't need to peel the garlic, I went ahead and peeled it because my garlic's turning a little bit to the bad side and I didn't want any surprises in here. And the reason that I'm pressing it before the food processor is so that it will be totally mixed up. Calls for 2, I think I'm going to do about one large and 1 small. Then I need lemon juice and I need dill. And I discovered this summer that dill is magically growing in our front yard, and I didn't plant it. So my front flower bed has dill in it, and so I went out there and picked some and chopped some. I juiced several lemons because I need them for the hummus as well, so I'm just going to add some lemon juice. Throw the dill in, make sure I've got everything in there. Little olive oil. Saw how well I measured that olive oil there. And I just want to roll this up so everything is combined. I'm using the pulse method where you just press and let go, press and let go, because I don't want it totally pureed. I want it a little teeny bit chunky still. And I have not put any salt and pepper in because I want to taste it before I add anything to it. That's good. And I didn't have quite enough fresh dill, but I do have dill weed and I want a little bit more. So I'm going to use that. Fresh is best, but you use what you have. And a little teeny bit of salt and pepper. This is usable right when you make it. If you let it sit half an hour or more, the flavors will mellow and blend. So the question is, what do you do with this? Well, you use it as a dip with veg if you want to do that, with chips or pitas or veg. If you have grilled meat, this makes an excellent sauce for grilled meat. It's just good to have around, and it's so fresh and so tasty. So one more little taste with the opposite end of my spoon here. That's good. Let me put it in a bowl and let it sit. Alrighty. There is something to be said for having everything ready, but hey. So I'm taking the steel blade out, scraping it off. I could have grated the cucumbers in here, but this goes so quickly that it will kind of mush them out, which is not what you want. You still want some bits of cuke. So that goes in there. This goes in here. Then I'm going to allow the flavors to mellow. This makes me think of slices of grilled chicken with a little of this on it, and just yum. Alrighty. That's one. And I'm totally aware that you can buy both of these sauces very easily. I like to make them because then I know exactly what's going in there. And if I want to alter the flavors or anything, I have that ability. I'm going to use the small food processor for the hummus. This is called a mini prep. It's made by Cuisinart. It's 3 cups. There's also a 4-cup version. I could use the big one, but this is so easy to use. So I use canned garbanzo beans. I have made my own garbanzo beans, and I think because garbanzo beans don't sell as fast here as, say, pinto beans, sometimes I have cooked garbanzo beans for hours and they haven't made a dent. So canned is my preference. But when I take them out, I strain the liquid into a cup or vessel and rinse the beans. So this is 1 can, it's a 15, 16 ounce can of garbanzo beans. Tahini is my product of choice to go in here, and tahini is simply a sesame seed paste. Think like peanut butter, but it's made out of sesame seed. I store it in the fridge, but I leave it out before I use it because it hardens and it's hard. There's most definitely a liquidy layer, and so I don't even, honest to goodness, I don't even know what it calls for. Half a cup. I just slurp it in there. It's not something I would want to put on a peanut butter sandwich, but it's a deliciousness. Okay, we're calling it even. I want garlic, and again, I am going to press it before I put it in there because I don't want giant chunks of garlic. Garlic is what makes it delish. And what I do that's a little bit different, a lot of recipes just call for copious amounts of olive oil. I use the bean liquid, the garbanzo bean liquid that I saved to moisten it. Got some lemon juice, and I'm going to turn it on. This one's super noisy, so bear with me. And I can tell that I'm going to need some liquid. I haven't added any olive oil yet. For me, that's just a little bonus at the end. If you'd like to put lots more olive oil, go for it. But I find that can you see it breaking down? I still have a little lump going on there. So I'm going to add a little bit more liquid and then let it do its thing. Juice. You can make it as smooth or as thick as you'd like it to be. For what I'm going to do, I want it a little bit more liquidy. When you go from soft to grind, it just reverses the blade. What's fun about this recipe is you can use different kinds of beans, you can add roasted red bell peppers, you can do anything like that that you think of, and change it every time you make it. You can also add things to the top when you put it in your bowl, like if you wanted olives or something like that. I'm gonna put a little bit more juice, a little bit more of my citrus juice, and let's just go to town here. What I like about this is that I can put this in this food processor. I don't have to get out the big food processor. I can just grab this and go, and it's, for me, easier. I want to just be sure there's no hidden little pockets of, and then we need a little taste test here. I had a bunch of spoons and I've used them. Salt. I definitely need salt. I think I got a little overzealous with the tahini. Let's add some salt and add a teeny bit more liquid. And we're going to make a couple things with this. Smooth. It looks yum. So, you move some of these things. Now, totally put it with chips and eat it. That's an option. That's the classic option. But we're going to do a couple other things. So, I've got a plate of lettuce over here, because this would be the classic. These are pretzel pita chips, which I found, which I thought was a very fun thing. So put your hummus in there, put it on a chip, eat it for snacks. Perfect. But then, I took some romaine and I chopped it up and put it on the platter. And what I want to do is I want to blob, or place gently, I guess is the term. I want some hummus. I'm going to try and spread it out. That may or may not be possible. And I didn't put any olive oil in here. I think it's tasty without it. I may drizzle some on this. So I've got hummus, and I'm not going to try and spread it because it just will blob up a bit. So, but then, it's my favorite phrase right now. I'm going to make a row of carrots. And I crinkle cut them for a little fun. Then I'm going to take some red peppers and go around with the red peppers, the green peppers, I've got tomatoes, and then this is that cucumber, and I'm just going to slice that up, just this portion of it, so we'll have a little bit of cucumber with our platter. And I washed this, but I didn't peel it, and that's okay, because peeling is, I didn't want the peel in the tzatziki, but I don't mind if it's here. So I've got little cute half moons of cucumber. So then I'm going to take some olive oil and drizzle it all over. And then a little pepper. Battery operated pepper mill, very cool thing, and some salt. And how I would serve this, if it was the two of us eating this for dinner, I would just give us each either a pita bread or pita chips, and we would scoop everything on there. So it's hummus with lots and lots of vegetables, which is just a nice way to eat it. Then there's one other thing that I've done before. And on that hummus platter, I could certainly add some tzatziki around the edges, and we'd have both flavors. So tortillas are always in our refrigerator. So you can take your tortilla and your hummus, and I want to spread it to the edges. And then I want to take, actually I think I am going to put a little spoonful of tzatziki down the middle of this one. Just going down the middle and not going side to side. And then I cut up bell peppers. I did some julienne some carrots. A few more. I used up all the tomatoes, so I'm not gonna worry about, there's one little one in there. And then I'm just gonna wrap it. And it's not gonna be totally even throughout, but that's okay. I can make them stick better if I don't have filling all the way to the edge. If you have the time, then you let this sit, wrap it well in saran wrap and put it in your fridge so that it all holds together. If you're in a hurry, you just do this. You get your plate. Cut it. You put it down the middle, and if you want a couple more veg to go with, you add a few more veg. So it's a way to take just a basic sauce and make a meal out of it, make a snack out of it, just go to town with it. You can certainly buy hummus at the grocery store and doctor it up, but I find it very, very easy to make. There's also a new Mediterranean restaurant in our shopping center, so if you don't want to do anything else, you might go give them a try. But in the meantime, I hope you'll try these so that it'll give you something a little bit different, very fresh tasting for the summer. Now We're Cooking is where we are. We're at Paseo and Wyoming. We're open from 11 to 4, Monday through Saturday. We can set you up with things that you need to make these. I hope you'll give it a shot. I thank you for watching, and we look forward to seeing you again. Bye now.